pretend. Well, okay, today what you are learning is solving problems involving number comparisons by the strategy make a model. You guys are making models today, okay? To compare numbers. Now, here's something. Pretend I have a bucket right here. And pretend there's 25 crayons in it. Okay? Now pretend I have a bucket in my closet. And there's 31 crayons in it. Which place has more crayons? Right here on my chair or in my closet? Everyone?
In your closet.
In the closet. Okay. You know that in the closet is more because 31 is a greater number than 25. Okay. That's kind of what we're doing today, boys and girls. We're comparing numbers, seeing which ones are bigger. Okay? Or smaller. Okay, let's read the story problem. Children bought
270.
Not 70, 217 cartons
of chocolate milk and
188 cartons of plain milk. Did they buy more cartons of chocolate milk or plain milk? Now, trust me. I understand some of you could do this in your head. I get it. Okay? You might be able to do this in your head to see which one has more. We are not going to just do it in our head. You have to show work. Okay? Okay, so what are we needing to find? Whenever they ask us that question, what do you need to find? It's always the question. We need to find if the children bought more cartons of chocolate milk or plain milk. Okay? What information do I need to use? You know how many cartons of chocolate milk there are, right?
Yes.
How many were there?
217.
Write that down. 217. How many cartons of plain milk did they have?
188.
188. Okay, now the bottom says show how to solve the problem. Okay, so boys and girls, what they wanted you to do is they want me to give you those blocks to show each of these numbers. But they drew them on there for you, okay? So they just want you to draw them too. So chocolate is going to be this top. Okay? How many hundreds is in the chocolate?
2.
So let's draw 2 hundreds. Okay? No. Actually, you need to be small because you need to be able to fit some for the bottom for a plane. Okay? How many tens are for the chocolate? 1 10 for 17, right? And how many ones?
7.
Okay. Basically, yours should match this. Okay? 217 should match that. You have the same thing as them?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's do the plain. P for plain milk. Okay. How many hundreds for the plain milk?
1.
How did you know that?
Because 100.
Because of 100 for the plain, right? How many tens?
8.
And how many ones?
8.
We're getting these numbers, okay? Okay. Where we're getting these numbers. Okay, now looking at this, boys and girls. you always need to compare the hundreds number first. Okay? How many hundreds does chocolate have?
2.
How many hundreds does plain have?
1.
So which one's more?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay? You first do chocolate, or you first look at the hundreds first. Chocolate has more hundreds, so actually automatically you know which one has more, everyone.
Chocolate.
So the children bought more cartons of chocolate. Now, what happens, boys and girls? What would happen if they had a number that was the same, like 348 and 379? The hundreds will now be the same, right? So you can't compare that number now, can you? So you have to then look at the tens. Which one of these would be bigger? 4 or 7? 7 is bigger, so then you know this is the bigger number. Okay? Now, let's pretend. Okay, your hundreds are the same. Your tens are the same.
But the
ones are different. Which one's bigger? 8 is bigger than 3, right? Or more. Okay. Next page. Try another problem. Okay. The hardest part about this, boys and girls, is going to be the fact that you have to read.
I know how to read.
I know how to
Same.
read.
I don't know.
All of you know how to read. It's just going to be the fact that some of you don't like to read.
I like to read.
Okay, let's read this problem. Okay, wait. First it says, model the numbers, draw quick pictures to show how you solve the problem. You are going to have to draw a picture, even if you can do it just by the numbers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. At the zoo, there are 137 birds and 142 reptiles. Are there more birds or more reptiles at the zoo? I like to keep my things organized, boys and girls. I'm going to write a line right through here. What were the two types of things that we're comparing? Okay, I'm going to write the number 137, B for birds. Okay? And 142, R for reptile. I'm going to do the initial. Kind of. It's not really the initial. But, okay? Now we have to draw the pictures. How many hundreds will we draw for birds? 1. Right? 100 for birds. How many tens? 3 tens and 7 ones. Now we can draw the reptiles. How many hundreds?
1.
1. How many tens?
4.
And how many ones?
2.
Okay. Now, these are all different, right?
Yeah.
What kind of? The hundreds are the same. What are we always supposed to look at first? Which one? The hundreds first. Because if you guys went off of the ones, this one would be more, right? The 7 is more than 2. But are the tens? Down here, the tens are more. We always start with hundreds first. If the hundreds are the same, you then have to look at the tens second. Okay, which one has more tens? Reptiles. So that means reptiles has more. Because 40 is more than 30, guys.
Yes.
Even if this is 37, 42 is still bigger than 37. I would rather have 42 pieces of candy than 37 pieces of candy because 42 is more. Okay? So you look at the hundreds first, 10 seconds. Then the ones. Okay? So which one was more?
Reptile.
Reptile. You put reptile up here.
Look right.
Awesome. I'm going to have you guys do the next one. I will help you set it up. You will have a line. We'll have T for Tom, and he has 105. D for Delia, she has 109. Tom's book has 105 pages. Delia's book has 109 pages. Whose book has, oh, this one says fewer. Now you're seeing who has fewer pages, not more. So we're trying to find who has less, actually. Draw your pictures so you can figure out who has less, Tom or Delia.
Okay, finishing solving this problem. Tom had 105, so he drew 100, 0 tens, 5 ones. Delia's book had 109 pages, so we had 100, 0 tens, and 9 ones. Now I have to look at the hundreds. The hundreds are the same. Then look at the tens. The tens are the same. So now we have to look at the ones, and we have 5 and 9. But the question this time is who has fewer? 5 is fewer, so Tom's book had fewer pages. You are going to do number 3, 4, and 5 of share and show with a partner. Then you're going to do the on your own on the back. And then the homework is on your own.